No,
Streaming.
record it. All right, guys. Welcome to the Night Watch with
The
Monica and
Nightwatch.
Max. Yes, the Night Watch. The horror.
Oh.
Nobody's here yet.
Good.
All right. Yeah, it literally just started. Anyway,
Perfect.
but for the people that will be watching this after it's posted, hi,
Hurrah.
dude. Before we get going, why don't you quick tell about your creepy dream?
Oh, gross.
Because it really
Normally-
it made me look behind me. It was so gross.
Really? Okay, yeah. It's one of those where you wake up and you just feel that guilty feeling afterward. You just feel like you need to take a bath because it just doesn't feel right. You know, you need to wake up, you need to drink some coffee because you still feel like you're dreaming. Anyway, I was in my sleep. In my dream, like, I was laying in bed. I have all of these kind of dreams all the time. Like, it's gross. I see myself and shit, and it's like in that same moment. Anyway, so I was in my bed, and my friend Leandra has this really distinct laugh, and it's a lot like mine. You know who the fuck it is. And I heard this bitch laughing downstairs, and, you know, she comes over all the time. She has a key, and I'm in my bed, and I'm like, Lily, what the fuck are you doing here? And then it was silent for a little bit, and all of a sudden I hear, nope. And, like, yeah, like in response to that, like, nope, not Lily. And I jumped out of my bed so fast. I'm like, okay, called her, wasn't her. And now I'm terrified. And I still kept all the lights off in my house because I'm a hard ass. So.
Oh my god. That's so good. We could have a whole we could have a whole week of shows about dreams.
Based on nap dreams?
Yes, yes.
Dude.
They're creepy.
Dude, nap dreams are the worst. And like you said, I think it's because, like, you can't actually get to that stage of sleep that you need to be fully, you know, dead asleep.
Like REM or whatever the fuck it is, or like you teeter on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In a similar fashion, it is just as weird almost to be awoken from deep, deep REM sleep.
Awoken. Yeah, dude. So you can have, like, those, what are they called? What is that called? Oh yeah, sleep paralysis. You can have that either, you know, where you're like barely sleeping or when you're deep in sleep too.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. You know, when you're safe.
Have you ever had that?
Yes.
You have. I have not.
It was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. I'll tell you. So I was sleeping on my couch. I nap a lot, so it's a pastime. You know, whenever I get the chance and I'm feeling comfy, I'm like, you know what? Let's do it, and then I do it.
Jesus.
So I was watching.
Okay.
Yeah. So I watch Practical Magic like at least once a week. It's just one of my favorites. It calms me down when I'm all pissed off. So I was watching Practical Magic. Just took a little snooze on the sofa, but like almost immediately as I fell asleep, I saw myself laying there watching Practical Magic, and it was continuing on from the same spot where it was when I actually fell asleep.
Oh.
And I couldn't really move, but I could see everything around me and hear everything around me, and I knew that I was asleep. I'm not a cat. And there are... but... Okay, oh, I get it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But, so I saw shit in my house. When I was a kid, I used to see a black shadow creature in my room all the time, watching me when I slept, and it was really no big deal. Like, you know, he was just there.
Deal.
Well, after a while, after you see the same motherfucker, you're like, well, I guess he's here. I guess we're roomies. What up? At least pay some rent.
Oh
but
my God.
So I used to see him all the time when I was a kid, and I actually saw him again for the first time in years when I was taking that little, you know, sleep paralysis nap. And I actually saw people entering my house and leaving my house through the front door, but just by walking through it. And I got so scared, and I tried to kind of just like tell myself right there through, you know, mentally, because I couldn't actually move my mouth or speak. I was just like, wake the fuck up, wake the fuck up, wake the fuck up. And I did. And I was just in the same spot. And then Practical Magic was in the same spot. It was gross.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now, if
I
we
need to
want
stop napping.
Yeah, if we want to get all Art Bell about this, they were real spirits.
Yes.
Yes. God, that's gross, dude. I've never had... The closest thing I've had to that, I've told this before, is that when I fell asleep to Jurassic Park once, and I kept watching the movie in my sleep.
You know, maybe it's because we've seen those movies so much, we just can dream about them and know exactly where they are.
Yes, and it was so weird because I didn't see myself watching it. It was just like I was in this void, and Jurassic Park was on this huge screen in front of me.
Ugh.
And it was vivid. It was absolutely vivid, like better than Blu-ray.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's like better than watching it when you're awake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gross.
It was weird.
Yeah, sleep paralysis ain't no joke, fam.
I never had the things walking in and out of my house looking at me though. That's fucked up. You're not the first one that said that, and it's always the worst sounding.
Yep, it is terrifying, and the feeling afterward is just so gross. Like I had to call people up to like feel
normal. I would imagine like you don't even want to get up and look around your house.
No.
Like I know the feeling of being spooked to the point where you don't want to move. I just can't associate it with sleep, and I can't imagine how gross that would feel.
Oh, it's terrifying because you're like, did anything happen while I was laying here that I don't want to know about?
Oh my god! I wonder, like, I mean, the study of sleep is a thing that can go on forever and ever.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing that. That's going down the realm of Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm good.
Yeah. Oh my god! It's just yay.
Yeah, but I think I probably should actually start keeping a tally or at least notes of these things and just kind of like reference like the commonalities between each one, so that way maybe I can determine, oh yeah, I had a piece of pizza before I took that nap, and that happened again a week later when I ate that same kind of pizza. Right. You know, like I don't know, just to figure it out so I can stop it, because I love naps, man, and I'm tired of my naps taking control of my life.
Okay, that's great. That's scary. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Review time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey Avery, by the way. Hi Ash. Hi everybody.
Hi Ash.
Hey Wolf, Killer Dog Robot, our champion, our reigning champion as of now.
Woo!
Commander Shepard.
No.
Yes, I have reviews. Also, okay, I know he's not here, but he will listen to this. Is happy birthday to Lee Warner.
Yay!
Yeah, August 10th. Most of you listen to this probably know who he is. Anyway, review time. Review time. I'm gonna put the music off a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts after a while.
Whoa, Jesus! I'm very sorry. It's Dr. Pepper, dude. I gotta do something to stay up.
Okay, I watched it. I'm gonna start with the weaker of the two first.
Okay. Perfect.
I watched a movie called The Backcountry on Netflix. Okay, and you don't know what this is.
No idea.
Okay. I don't want to... I mean, okay, the Netflix... Huh, what's up?
Spoil all of it.
You sure?
Yes, please.
Okay. Guys, if you don't want to be spoiled for a movie called The Backcountry on Netflix, then tune out, come back. But I'm gonna go for it. It's not like a huge mind-twisting spoiler or anything like that. So whatever. Spoilers for Backcountry. I watched a movie called Backcountry, and it's about, I call this genre of horror young dumb couple horror.
Oh, good. My favorite.
Yes. And it is a genre that I've noticed is becoming more and more a thing. It started... Okay, do you remember a shark movie a long time ago called Open Water?
Yeah.
It was about a young dumb couple getting lost in the ocean. Yeah, I think it started there. And then there's a Bigfoot movie that came out a few years ago called Willow Creek. It was also about a young dumb couple.
Really? I want to check that out. Bigfoot's my man.
Yeah, that was an okay movie, and it was very comparable to this. Very, very comparable to this. So the idea is that there's a young couple, and he's taking his girlfriend out to the woods to this special spot. And when
all right, Chadley.
he gets him out to this special spot, he's like, "I'm gonna propose." Aww. That's his whole thing. Yeah, but of course, she's a city girl, and she's not liking it. She's God. She's kind of, in this movie, she liked it more than in the Bigfoot movie, but in this movie, you could still tell, like, okay, he's kind of like, can we not? Yeah, yeah, but this girl was a little bit more supportive.
Okay, that's good.
Anyway, so you want the whole thing spoiled?
Please.
Okay, it's still worth a watch. I'd say it builds good tension. So
remind me of the story again. Bat Country or Back Country?
Back.
Got it.
Yes, and God, Bat Country would be crazy.
Yeah, I'm down. That's why at first I was like, wait a minute, is this movie about bats? Because I'm in.
Dude, do you remember a movie with I think it's Lou Diamond Phillips called Bats?
No, Lou Diamond Phillips?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
Googling.
I gotta rewatch it. I think I'm right about that.
Bats. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're just like, do you want to know what a bat is? No, I don't. Lou Diamond. Oh, you're right. You're right.
There we go. I remember watching that when I was a kid.
Does this come out in like the 90s, dude? Because I think I remember this. Is it kind of like Arachnophobia?
Yes, but with bats.
Oh, I'm so down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna find it.
Okay. Anyway, that's that. So so they go out there and they toss you a red herring. Spoilers. They go up and they set up camp kind of deep. They haven't gone too deep yet, and they set up camp, and they're like, okay, we're just gonna be camping, and along comes this creepy dude, and he's Irish, which makes it weirder, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm just a tour guide around here. But he's also like a real rugged, manly man, and he's like, oh yeah, why don't and they have potatoes and vegetables, but he has like fish that he caught, and he's like, why don't we have a supper together? And they're like, well, what do we have with the fish? And he's like, oh, put on, and they're like trying to decide, and he's like, they want vegetables. Like, oh no, put on the potatoes too.
Yeah.
And
oh my God.
So anyway, he's like really weird and creepy, and he's like doing this bullshit macho shit where he's like challenging the boyfriend. Dude. Yeah, they're like doing this toe-to-toe.
Let me show you how to really treat a lady.
Exactly, but it's like more subtle than that. It's more like male territorial than that. Okay. And that's kind of creepy. That kind of has like a taste of okay, there's tension. Maybe these guys are gonna fight. Maybe this Irish dude is gonna come back in the middle of the night and axe them or something. And he comes along and he starts talking to the girlfriend, and of course, boyfriend isn't too happy about that. Who's this weird nature guy, and that's kind of that. And they have their weird little supper, and the dude pisses right in front of them. He turns around because he's like a nature guy. He doesn't really think much of it. He's like, oh, excuse me for a minute. Yeah, and he just turns around and he pisses, and they're like, oh my fucking God, who's this guy? He's so savage. And then he has this weird standoff with the boyfriend before they leave. He's misunderstanding. He's like, hey, you keep her safe, you little pussy. And that's kind of the vibe I got. And I was like, Jesus Christ, that was weird.
It. So it's different than those normal kind of guys that are like, stay away from the cabin in the woods. He's kind of like, look, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like, look,
how you do it.
Yeah, he's like, look, motherfucker, I am incredibly fucking friendly, but I will fucking scare the shit out of you.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's new. I like that.
And then he never turns up again for the rest of the movie.
Oh.
But you're led to believe that he is what is stalking them.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said you wanted the whole thing spoiled, so I'm going to go for it.
Dude, I'm so intrigued. Please bring it on.
Okay, so they keep on going, and they're like, huh, that was fucking weird. And they kind of forget it. It's like a 4-day hike, whatever it is. And they keep going up. They keep going up the stream or up the trail or whatever. And there's little signs. There's little things that there's something on the trail with them. And
like footprints.
Yes, footprints.
Like, what we got?
There are footprints, and there are like they find trees that are snapped, and they find like a dead deer body, things like that. And one night they camp in their tent, and they hear noises outside their tent, and it's incredibly like uneasy. I didn't like it. Like they did that really well.
Okay.
And then on one night, spoilers, guys, if you don't want this spoiled, tune out right now. I'll give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
On one day, it's revealed that it's a bear.
Okay.
Okay. It's
bummer.
It's kind of a bummer. Kind of a bummer. It's revealed that it's revealed that it's a bear, but this bear isn't a friendly bear. And I'm gonna say, like, it didn't take the tension away when I learned it was a bear.
I mean, fair enough. If you do it right with filming and stuff like that, it could be just as terrifying.
They did it pretty effective. They have an incredibly
Yeah.
creepy shot. He opens up the tent, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go out in the morning." And of course, like the night before, they. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay.
He gets
Straighten
lost.
up, Max. Straighten up.
Yeah,
Okay.
they get to the point where they're supposed to be, and it's not where they're supposed to be. And he's like, "I'm not the wilderness man that I thought I was," and the Irishman was right, and I'm a fuck up. And she like calls him a loser, saying that every like idea he has like this always fails. And he's like, "Well,
no.
I was gonna propose to you." She's like, "Fuck you, whatever his name, Danathan. This is not how I wanted. This is not how I wanted to spend my vacation. Fuck you, fucked everything up. We're gonna be out here for weeks." And he's like, "Oh, fuck, you're so right, babe." You know how dudes are. And so they kind of get over it. They kind of get over it. Like the next night, they have like a nice little like, "Oh, I'm sorry I said all those things." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry I fucking got us lost. What can you do? I didn't mean it, but I'm gonna propose to you. That's the whole point of this." And she's like, "Oh, you're gonna propose to me? That's
You're so
awesome."
sweet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for being a cunt.
And then it's the next morning. He opens his tent, and there's an incredibly creepy shot of a bear about 30 or 40 yards away, just staring at the tent.
Ew.
And it's a real bear, no CGI bear. It's a real bear, and it was incredibly creepy.
Great.
Incredibly creepy shot of a bear, and I can't quite remember how this sequence goes, but he like zips up the tent and he's like, "Shush, babe." and then I think he like unzips and peeks again, and it's a little closer. I might be wrong about that, but that's pretty much it.
Wow.
And
that
then
sounds actually pretty decent. Okay.
Yeah, it's totally not bad. Like it's totally like it. I would watch it over most slasher shit. Like I know that's kind of not your thing, but like it keeps that like level of real horror going. Takes itself seriously enough. So anyway, like the bear comes close, and he starts poking at the tent, and his snout, you could see his snout in the tent and all that shit. and they're like, "Oh my god, he's gonna eat us." And spoiler again, the bear eats the boyfriend. Yeah, very graphically. It's pretty good. It's pretty great. Like it bites his leg, and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking die out here," and his leg's like the arteries split and all that. Cool. And she's like, "No, you're not." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." He's gonna get back on that, you know. Yeah. And then the bear comes back and it drags him out. Oh, the bear goes away because she pepper maces the bear. She bear maces the bear. But the bear's like, "Fuck it, I'm hungry," and it comes back and it eats the dude. And they show it. You know, they don't show it like a documentary, like a lion tearing apart an antelope, but they show it pretty close to that. Like if the dude was wearing a GoPro, it's that kind of shakiness. It's like, oh my god.
Ooh, I like it.
And they just show him getting demolished, and it's like, oh my god. It's a little bit jarring, and I like animals eating people. It's one of my favorite genres.
Yeah.
And even so, too. I was a little set back. I was like, wow, they really went all out with the bear eating the dude. That's good. And then that's sort of the pinnacle of the movie, and the rest of it is her running back to civilization. The bear chases her for a little bit. She falls and breaks her leg. She makes a splint. She hobbles back. She has a whip.
Well, that's impressive for a city chick.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she makes it back, and what do you know? She makes it back to the Irish guy's tour group, and he's like, it looks like you need help, eh? And then the movie ends.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. Jeez. How sad. I'm into it.
So, this movie got me curious. It is based off of a real series of events that happened in Canada, where a black bear where a black bear attacked a man's girlfriend. And he jumped on the bear with a knife, and he started slashing at the bear, and he got it to let her loose. And she was all mauled up and shit, and so was he. He had to get 300 stitches when the whole thing was over. And he carried her back, needing 300 stitches, only to have her die from her trauma.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and he survived. So that's loosely based on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is messed up. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's on the list. It's on the list. I like those kind of movies, you know? I truly, truly do.
Yeah,
I'm into that.
It's really not bad. Like I would give it a light recommendation, especially if you like really tense, slow burn shit.
I can get into that sometimes. All right.
All right, cool. And
nice job.
The second movie I watched, I'm not going to spoil this one because it's so sacred. It's so sacred.
Yeah.
This is like the fucking. This is like the lost.
The pinnacle.
Yeah, this is the Lost Ark, dude.
Yeah, it really is. It's so underrated.
This is. I couldn't believe it. Lee Warner has been recommending this movie to me for like 2 years. Hey man, you gotta watch fucking Troll Hunter. I'm like, okay.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, dude. He's like, you'll love it. It's perfect. I'm like, eh.
Dude, you have his voice down. All right, Christian Slater.
and like, I don't know, man. It looks like one of the and I was just kind of put off by it. Like even with his glaring recommendation. And we got bored. It was right after we watched Bat Country, by the way. And I thought, well, that was kind of a gloomy thing. Why don't we watch something that appears to be a little bit silly? And I thought, well, this has been lingering for a while, so I put on the Troll Hunter. And by the way, watch Troll Hunter on the biggest screen that you possibly can.
Yes.
Like get as close to a theater as you could. And I'm so glad I did this. I'm so glad I didn't do this 2 weeks ago versus now, because I have like a nice new TV and a nice new speakers and all this shit.
It's a real experience.
Yeah, and I was so happy like that. And I put it on, and it's about a group of college kids that they're trying to figure out what the fuck there's like strange shit happening in Norway. And they're like, what the fuck is happening to all the wildlife around here? And then they kind of get a lead that there's this one dude that's poaching these animals and killing these bear and things, and they start following him. And they follow him out to do his job. And his job is not what they expect, and it's a found footage. His job!
I'm so excited right now.
He has, and it is a found footage style movie, but it doesn't look like every found footage style movie. It's
got its own little style to it. It's not so like shaky cam. It's actually done well to where you can actually see what they're seeing in a manner that isn't like disturbing.
Yes, and it's kind of shot like it's shot like as if the found footage was shot by a professional cameraman. Yes. Who had a steady cam rig and all that, and but it still maintains the facade of being a found footage movie. Honestly, this movie would have worked for me not being found footage. I know that adds the story element, but it would have worked either way. It was so good. And so anyway, this guy that they follow, he has pretty good adventures, and he doesn't have the normal everyday kind of animal life, park warden job that you might expect. And it's very Jaws. It's very Jurassic Park. It's very Tremors, and it's very Ghostbusters.
Oh, all of those, dude.
It's like all of these. Yeah, it is.
Sci-fi gold.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing, dude.
And like you were saying, how it's like just like it might have aired on the Sci-Fi Channel back before it was like SYFY.
Yeah.
It's one of those that like, okay, I'll give it a shot. It looks kind of cheesy, but it's totally good, man. Like those once in a lifetime ones, like gems that you find on the fucking Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah,
it is so good.
It's amazing. Yeah, like there was at no point where I doubted what I was seeing. Like there's nothing that took me out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. It was a whole experience.
Nothing, and it's funny. It's fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Like
a lot of relief.
Maybe it might be lost on you because I watched the Norwegian version where we have to read the subtitles, but it's hilarious. Like I caught onto the humor quick.
Yeah.
And okay, they're playing it straight, just like Ghostbusters. Like Ghostbusters is played incredibly straight, and it worked. It was funny. It was action packed. It was adventure.
Bomb as fuck.
Yeah. No,
like
Avery.
You need to watch it on a huge screen because it's beautiful.
It is. Avery, this isn't like a found footage kind of movie. This is like a Spielberg adventure, but with Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally Avery, don't fucking
don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, don't destroy yourself. If you don't see this movie, you'll be destroying your soul. Like this is a great movie.
Yeah. Worth it.
So yeah, Troll Hunter, 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Yeah, easily.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 10.
Mm-mm.
I would give Backcountry 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
still watch it. That's good.
And
oh, I'm so glad you watched that movie, dude. Oh,
yeah,
God,
dude.
I'm so glad you watched Troll Hunter.
Yeah.
I'm happy now.
Yeah, it blew my tits off, and I don't know what I'm going to
Yep.
watch for next week, but I almost just don't want to watch anything other than Troll Hunter.
Just watch it again and re-review it.
I'd rather just watch Troll Hunter every day.
Dude, yeah, it's one of those. It literally will knock your tits will fall right off.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great.
Magnificent.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Do you have anything?
Not as far as movies go. I haven't really been watching a whole lot. I haven't been home.
Okay, that's cool. Whatever.
But I've been staying up to date and, pop culture-y type stuff because I follow everything horror nerd related. I'm going to talk about the upcoming season of Stranger Things.
Okay.
Have you seen the first season?
Dude, I was the one that recommended it to you.
No,
Yes.
that's not true.
Yes, it is. Do you
Were
remember?
you really?
Yes, I was.
Wow. How
Yes.
quickly you have forgotten.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I'm watching this thing called Stranger Things, and you're like, I gotta get it done. I remember you put it off way longer than I did.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I was so late to the game. Okay, well, second season. Thank you, Max. Thank you for being my savior, my salvation in this scary world. It's premiering, of course, on Netflix, October 27th, and I cannot tell or find the original posting, but today on Twitter, someone somewhere, either fan made or actually the Duffer Brothers and Netflix fucking posted this amazing poster for the upcoming season. And there were so many times in the original series, like the first series, the first season. Here we go. I can read some of these words. There were so many times in the first season where it's just so reminiscent of, it wants to give you that feeling of the 80s, right?
Yeah.
That's just the key here, and Spielberg, you feel all of it.
And Stephen
There were
King
so many different all of it. But to me personally, that Freddy Krueger is my man, and they had so many different references to A Nightmare on Elm Street, like when the Demogorgon actually comes out of the wall, just shit like that. Anyway, this new poster is almost an exact replica of the original Nightmare on Elm Street poster. I'm going to send you a link right now because your mind is about to be blown. And by the way, the main chick's name is Nancy, which is, the main chick in, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Anyway, the picture is of her with her head turned just like Nancy in the original poster, and they have like the Demogorgon's hand coming out. Oh my God, it's so good. And I'm just really fucking excited. I had to share.
Okay, let me see it.
Let me try to grab it.
Yeah.
Hold up. I can do this. Stranger Things. Yeah, I can call it that. That's a good idea.
If you were in England, it would be called Series 2 because they're weird.
Oh, okay. Well, then, my people. My people. Perfect.
The second series of Stranger Things.
Perfect. Perfect. Thanks, Max, for making me feel like a human. I'm so glad.
Well,
all right, I'm clicking it now.
To watch the second series of Stranger Things.
A second series. Click that shit. Look at it. Look at it. Yeah, man. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's cool.
See, that's like an exact replica of A Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. It's so bomb.
Whoa.
I know, it's Dr. Pepper, dude. I can't. Anyway, so in other Monica Excite news, I saw that there is an Indiegogo campaign for this dude who's obsessed with Beetlejuice almost as much as I am. I guess I could say he's probably more obsessed. The goal is to try to create documentary for the recently deceased, which is going to dive into the making of Beetlejuice. He has all tons of footage, an alternate ending, deleted scenes, all kinds of photos, videos, production, insane amount of footage that he can actually produce into this documentary. And, he's asking for donations, of course. But the cool thing is, Max, if you give a donation, you'll actually be named as a producer of the film. So, like, anything. You can give them fucking $3 and they'll be like, yes, producer Max Thompson. And cool stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's supposed to come out spring next year. Dude, I am like jizzing in my pants. It says it's going to describe all the stages of production from the film's creation to its release. You'll get an exclusive view behind the scenes through interviews with the people who took part in the film, and especially the actual magicians from the sound effects and special effects department who will share their secret insight on the project. I am dying. Dude, I hope that this doesn't fucking crash like Tales from the Crypt with M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong did, because my heart is gonna break. I want it.
Yeah.
I want it. So.
Oh, that sounds great.
There's that. Yeah, man.
Hopefully the thing with fucking crowdfunded shit is often the guys run off with the money.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it's on Indiegogo.
Yes.
I don't know how that works. This might be one of the deals where he doesn't get paid until he hits his minimum amount. I'm not sure.
That's what I'm hoping, because I'm not going to give him any money, even though I want to giving him my money.
Yeah, you know, it's like you just can't trust it. But yeah, I hope it gets done, obviously. So. All right, what else you got?
Oh, let's see here. Let's see. Ooh, I've got an article for you, updated about 12 hours ago. Agencies advise on possible lizard man Bigfoot sightings in South Carolina during eclipse.
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and read this to you. It's pretty short. Amid the solar eclipse's hype, which will bring millions of visitors to dozens of events happening across the state this month, here's one thing you probably haven't prepared for: a supernatural encounter. Unless, of course, you live there, then, you know, you're wrecked. You're ready for it. Luckily, several government agencies have been ahead of the game, already highlighting on social media the possibility of paranormal activity as the sky goes dark mid-afternoon on August 21st. By the way, it's the day before my birthday, and I'm totally pumped about it.
Whoa.
Hopefully my life changes. Yeah. So basically, you know, South Carolina, just the Carolinas in general, have this huge history of like lizard man and Bigfoot. So the South Carolina Emergency Management Division tweeted a graphic yesterday regarding possible paranormal activity occurring during the solar eclipse. There's actually a map of the most occurred sightings between 1980 and 2001, so that way people can be on the lookout and, you know, be sure not to hurt anybody. In case they see something weird during the fucking eclipse. And that makes me so damn happy. So the actual group says they don't know if lizard men become more active during a solar eclipse, but we do advise that residents of Lee and Sumter counties should remain ever vigilant. Basically, they're like, hey, man, if you catch some shit, let me know.
Sure.
So the very first lizard man was spotted in 1988 by a dude who's like 17 years old. And ever since then, it's just been like nuts. Happens every year, all the time. And they're stoked about it.
That sounds good. That sounds good. You know, obviously the eclipse will bring out all the deepest, darkest paranormal cryptids that you could think of.
Yeah, all my fucked up naps. I'm gonna take a nap that day. We'll see what happens.
Take a nap on the eclipse day, miss it.
Yeah, that's right. Just have a dream about it happening. I can see it.
Oh man.
I know.
Yeah, that's you know, I go out sometimes on Halloween and I go looking for shit with people, and I'm like, you know what? This probably isn't too safe because there's gonna be other people out here.
Yeah.
And like.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
More
yeah, and you know, it's like dangerous enough to go out in the woods and look, especially if you're not like wearing a bright color or something. Like, it's very easily for people to think that you're an animal at night.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very easily. And you know, and you might stumble on somebody's property, and they're like, "Oh, you know, it's just don't do it, guys." Yeah, really. I mean, you know, if I owned property out in the middle of nowhere and I saw somebody lurking around in the trees or something lurking around in the trees, like, it would make me uneasy, and I would start thinking about that. You know?
Oh,
like,
sure.
Yeah, it's totally understandable. So don't do it.
Gotta be safe.
Or if you do, take lights and bright clothes and be loud. Like, make yourself undeniably
scare off
human.
all the Bigfoots, and then, you know, it's fine.
Like Josh Gates, like, he talks really loud and he has lights.
Kermit.
It's over there.
Destination Truth. Man. All right. What else we got here? Oh, this one. It's kind of a goopy little story, but I thought it was funny. Basically, long story short, this happened a couple days ago. Yeah, August 8th in Washington. They had to actually divide up a highway to, you know, turn vehicles in another direction because a fucking gurney fell out of a coroner's van and the body fell out, like, just rolled around in the street. And, like, they actually had to call up the coroner's office to be like, hey, we need some more people to take care of this. And according to everyone that works for them, like, no, there's no trauma to the body. It's fine. It's already dead. It's good. So I thought that was hilarious. I was like, damn, I'm glad I'm not that guy. But yeah.
That's unfortunate. That's
what can you do?
Not your best ambulance squad, I guess.
You know? Shit.
Like, what if he was alive?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like that Tales from the Crypt episode. I can't remember what it's called. Did you ever watch Tales from the Crypt, Max?
No.
You watched a few.
I watched a few, but it's like so far in the past.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, there was this episode where there were these two brothers studying to be doctors, be coroners, you know, and the younger brother plays a trick on his older brother that actually causes him to have a small stroke, and he loses all function on his left side, which is where he actually does surgeries and things like that. So he can no longer work. So throughout the years, the younger brother becomes, you know, a better doctor than he, because he obviously can't do doctory shit anymore. Yeah. And his older brother, the one who's all, you know, fucked up, creates this serum that causes him to feel like he's dead, but he's not actually dead, and he looks like he's dead. Like, scientifically, he's dead, but his mind is still working. So, like, he just puts him through all the shit that he normally would when he's, you know, getting rid of body stuff, and keeps him alive long enough so he could feel everything. It's pretty good. God. Yeah, it's really good. He hung him up from a hook in a freezer and shit, and his eyes are all wide open, and he's like, "How does it feel, brother?" Yeah, it's really good. One of my favorites. I think I have a problem, but I'm okay with it.
That's all right. Whatever. Cool. You'd probably love that bear eating that dude in that movie.
That's why I got really excited.
Yeah, because he's like all alive and shit, and he's yelling, "Run, Jen!" Whatever her name is. Yeah, and he's like, yeah. You can hear the bear like crunching on his skull and shit.
Ooh.
Which, by the way, there's a real story I read. Oh fuck! Because I love my animals eating people so much. This was maybe a month ago. And there's a camper in Alaska, I believe, and he woke up, not the feeling, but the sound of crunching woke him up.
Ew.
And it was a bear gnawing on his head.
Ew.
Yeah. 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 Because, you know, your head is the least receptive to pain. So
wow.
It was the sound that woke him up, and he woke up and he somehow got out of it, and I believe he killed the bear somehow. So fucking hero, but Jesus Christ.
Wow, so he's still alive?
Yeah. Yeah, he's still alive.
Jeez. Dude, gross.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm into it, man.
Yeah,
bring it.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
What else you got, my man?
What else do I have? Yes, I have a.
Yes.
Mess. I have a ghost panic erupts at garment factory in Cambodia.
Ooh, bring it.
Of course, it did. Also, hang on, before I read this. Hey Ash, if you're there, could you try and find me a scary story? Because I totally forgot to look one up, and I know we have scary story time, or we're supposed to. Anyway, if not, no big deal. But it's just like, if you could, that'd be really nice. And I kind of hooked you up with Troll Hunter, saying that it was a good movie. So
you owe me.
Okay.
I've also got like a list of horror movies and stuff that we could talk about too. So
all right, cool. Cool.
Thank you.
All right, so nearly 3 dozen workers at a garment factory in Cambodia needed medical treatment after hysteria over ghost spread among the employees. And that is literally what it says. A ghost spread among the employees. Now, I don't know if that's like a virus or if that's like it walked among them. That's a weird way to phrase that. In what had to be a bizarre scene, rumors that one of the workers had been possessed by a ghost began circulating on the floor of the factory, along with claims. According to Bun Van, an official with the government factory workers union who spoke to the their fucking news, whatever. This purportedly possessed person was yelling for the chicken to eat. What?
Nah, I don't get it.
Ostensibly via some sacrifice. Okay, Jesus. The tale apparently was too much for some people to bear as they started as they started to faint one by one upon hearing the scary story. Incredibly, approximately 35 employees wound up hitting the floor during the fainting spree and needed to be taken to a nearby medical facility. What the fuck? I have theories. Hang on. Although he was uncertain about the veracity of the alleged possession story, Van expressed concerns that these incidents appear to be far too frequent, with one factory reportedly being hit by such hysteria more than 10 times. Lest one think that these events are not taken seriously by the factories. The union official claimed that in one instance, magic sorcerers were enlisted to help afflicted workers, and in a few cases, owners of the factories brought chickens to sacrifice at pagodas. That said, the factories may simply be trying to solve a supposedly supernatural situation, which could actually be more easily alleviated by simply improving working conditions. That was just going to be my point. Like, are these people trying to get out of work because it's a union?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to get paid time off. They're trying to get workman's comp. I don't know how it works over there.
Ghost got me.
Ghost.
Let me out.
You have 30 people drop on the floor. Like, a factory isn't going to fire 35 people immediately.
Yeah.
You know? Like, they're going to be like, okay, what do we do about this?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking.
Smart.
Yeah.
You should do that at my job. There's only 5 of us, though.
Oh.
So, yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, no big
Pay
deal.
me more money.
You know,
I'll drop dead on this floor.
If you do it, though, do it on air.
Okay. Dude. Why didn't I even think about that? I just forgot what I do for work. Done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Great. My boss would be so mad at me. He would fire me and then send me to the hospital.
Yeah, and then you have your fucking $16,000 ghost bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
well, so that's oh, hey, look, Ash sent me one. That was fucking fast. Like,
yeah.
Short order.
Coming through with this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is this episode 3?
This is episode 3. I changed it. I know it says 2, but I did change it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you refresh, it'll be right.
No, you're good, Blood. You good. We're gonna have an anniversary soon. Not really, but 10th episode. We should do something special.
Oh my god. Yeah. What do we do? What do we do?
Pizza
What?
party.
Pizza. Yeah. Oh man, that sounds nice. That does sound nice. Like, I want to go get pizza during the 10th episode. I don't know what else would change other than I would have pizza.
Yeah, ditto. We'll just both have pizza.
Huh. Okay, I'll think about that. Anyway, I have a story. Okay. Reader submission, Camp Terror by Ash. Ash didn't write it, but he found it for me, so.
Cool. Thanks, Ash.
I'm going to put on the music. Let me see if I can.
Scammy, Max. Scammy.
Which there we'll go with the old go-to classic horror by Kevin MacLeod.
Yay.
This happened when I was at camp. When I was a camp counselor, Jason, and and canoe instructor at a kids camp in Central Ontario, Canada.
Pause. I met someone this year named Canoe. His name is actually Canoe. Canoe Cold.
What?
Anyway,
what?
Continue.
Is he an Indian?
Yeah. No.
Wow. You would almost. It's almost a letdown that he's not. Like, you would so expect it.
Right? No, he's cool though.
I should. I mean, his name is Cold.
Yeah.
He better be cool.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
As ice.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So in Central Ontario in Canada in the 80s, fuck. Counselor in the 80s? Fuck.
Yeah. Bring it on.
A couple of things to know about me. I'm 6'4" and no. Okay.
Oh my god, I thought you were serious.
No. We'll see. Maybe it's going that way.
Great.
I'm a very experienced outdoorsman and I don't scare easily. There's half of it. Even at the time that this story took place, although I was only 17, I already spent my nights alone in the wilderness. I know what sounds the wood makes and what animals do what. What we experienced was none of the above. The only thing he left out was that he's 6'4" and has a good build.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a long schlong. Oh well. Next time.
Yeah, but he's Canadian, so he's probably dialing it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to be humble. Our camp was on an island in a very big lake with many rivers coming in and out of several portages to other lakes. While planning a 3-day trip for my campers, I asked about one camp, a site near a dam, and was told by the trip director that the site was, closed. The reason is that 2 summers prior, a group from The only other camp on the lake went there. Tragically, they lost a camper. A boy of about 11 drowned at the top of the dam when the counselors weren't watching. Tragic, nonetheless. I wanted... Yes, tragically, yes, it's just my mustache. I wanted to take my group there and was told I could as long as we didn't let the kids swim near the dam. Done deal.
No, no. Oh, God. Ew.
Done deal. We arrived at the site on the last day of our trip. It had been very stormy for 2 days, but the weather had settled and there was no wind, although the sky was completely overcast. There were a few strange things that happened during this day, such as a towel and a t-shirt disappearing from the clothesline near the tent site. Yes. They somehow ended up in the water atop the dam, several meters away. What the fuck is a meter, Canadians? God. Even with no wind, twice I had to swim down to retrieve the items. And I admit, it crossed my mind while I was at the bottom that this may well have been where the boy's body ended up. I've had many ghost experiences, and I'm 6'4", and have learned that I am just sensitive to them. Although at the time I kept things pretty turned off. Nonetheless, there was a creepy feeling growing around us, and I don't think I was the only one who felt it, but no one said anything. At dusk, where we gathered around the campfire, it was not yet fully dark, and we were washing up and tidying up the campsite before settling in front of the fire to pass the rest of the evening. Our group consisted of 2 17-year-old counselors and 8 12-year-old boys. Yeah! We were laughing and horsing around.
Fucking sling blade. Jesus.
You were laughing and horsing around when we first heard it. The sound stopped everyone in their tracks. Mess. Mess. Okay, this is not bad. This is not bad. If you've ever heard a big tree fall in the forest...
Stop it!
It does indeed make a sound. A really loud one.
Oh, God.
They make popping and cracking sounds so loud that at first you don't know if it's gunshots. That's what we heard. The evening was completely still without even a breeze. But somewhere nearby, I would have guessed within 50 feet of our sight, a big tree fell. It took about 10 seconds and we heard every part of it. Right until the thought of it hitting the ground. When a big tree falls, you can feel the earth shake and shudder.
Oh, no. Irish fucking dude over here. Watch out, me lassie.
Watch out, me lassie. Your boyfriend's a pussy. He get you lost in 8.
No, he ate him up.
I've logged trees before, and God, this dude has done everything. I've logged trees before, and this one sounded close, but apart from the sound we saw and felt nothing else. All right, this is interesting. Everyone was terrified. My buddy was jonesing for a cigarette. Oh, what the? My buddy was so jonesing for a cigarette that he was useless. Got it. And he had the same look on his face as the kids. I decided to try to be cool about it and tell everyone there was likely a bear pushing over dead trees looking for grubs. Oh, great. That makes me easy, you know?
Yeah, perf.
I've just learned that bears like to fucking eat people. So, that was a stone-faced lie, and there was about 10 good reasons why this ridiculous hypothesis, including the fact that bears don't do that, but I needed something to try to appease everyone, and it popped out. I went with it, and they believed me. Let's build up the fire and... Oh, he's Canadian. What's the Canadian accent? I can't do it. It's too much.
I can't do it either.
I got Irish in my mind. That's all it'll sound
like. What about that? What about that?
Let's build up the fire and make some noise, eh?
Oh, no.
It was scare him away, I said. So we did. So we did. We sang. We banged pots and pans. And after 45 minutes, everyone chilled out. It was now pitch black and starless. Moonless night. Then it happened again, however. This time sounded much farther off, perhaps a quarter-mile away. Everyone looked at me for reassurance, and I said, "See? We're good. It's moving off. We're still mighty unsettled." Oh, he didn't say that. We're still mighty unsettled, but but somewhat reassured that it did seem to go further away, which is what you want bad things to do.
Right.
Pussy.
Good call. Way to throw that in there.
We all relaxed and the evening wore on until about an hour later when it happened again. This time, the sound was so close to where I was standing that I felt like the tree was going to fall on top of us. It was right beside me, I swear, but I saw nothing. I mean loud, and it was a big tree. Every pop and crack pierced our ears and made us jump. I fully expected it to fall right on top of us, but nothing happened! We heard it. What? We heard it, but saw nothing. And again, there was no ground shudder when the tree hit, which seemed impossible to me. Everyone stood frozen in terror, looking for me to give the call to run for your life. And looking like they might just kill me if I didn't. My own fear finally took over and I couldn't hold it together anymore. Okay, I said, let's get out of here.
All right. No, Chadley, hurry up.
In a flash, everyone was going down the short path leading to the boats, including the other counselor. I had meant, let's pack up and do this orderly, but no such luck. One kid had stayed beside me, so with his help, I put out the fire and did a quick sweep of the place. When we went down to the waters...
Here comes Mrs. Voorhees.
Mm-hmm. When we went down to the water's edge to find the one canoe they had left for us, we paddled out into the channel and found the others rafting up and waiting. The first question I asked was, who has a life jacket on? No one did. Not one person. Not even the other counselor. What the fuck? I was already unsure that I was going to keep my job for paddling at night, but the idea of paddling across a big lake at night without life jackets was a guaranteed end of summer for both of us. Never mind the obvious peril. Looking at the faces of everyone with one flashlight that I had managed to make it onto the boat with, I realized that there was no way anyone but me was going back there. Fuck! I had one camper in my canoe. So he climbed into another boat and I paddled back alone. Oh, jeez. So, great. They were so terrified that they wouldn't even give me the flashlight. Great. Man, that kind of makes me angry. Once I hit the woods, it's like they're in the fucking water. Like, yeah. Come on, like no tree monster is gonna get you out in the water.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, maybe a water monster, but yeah. Maybe it was a water monster pushing down trees.
Nasty's coming for you.
Once I hit the woods, it was the kind of dark that is the same with your eyes open or closed. I started up a short trail to where the tents were. I fully admit that I was terrified, but I knew I had to do it, and that was it. I remember talking out loud as I wandered toward the site. Yes, I have been scared like that, where I've been so scared you talk to yourself just to hear noise.
Just to hear something. Yeah.
Yes, that gave the story some credence. Like, that's a little detail.
It's more realistic.
Yeah, it's a little detail that somebody who's scared actually knows. Okay, whatever you are, this is him talking to himself. I guess if you're going to get me, you're going to get me, but I need to get these life jackets, and I need to keep these children safe. In retrospect, I knew what or who was doing all this, and maybe I was pleading my case a bit, hoping for mercy. I also kind of felt a bit of responsibility and talked to him in the way I would talk to one of my campers. Perhaps that made a difference. My plan was to find my way to my tent, as I knew I'd left my flashlight sitting in front of it before the lights went out. Without that, I'd never find the life jackets or the path back down to the water. However, this proved to be unnecessary. I'm not sure if this is coincidence, but somehow in the complete darkness, right after I said that, I took 1 or 2 steps and found all the life jackets piled together right at my feet. Whoa.
Sorry.
Holy fuck. I'm an organized trip leader and I like a clean campsite. However, I recall that we were having a lazy day and things were a bit disheveled. I hadn't put all the life jackets in a pile that I recall. Further, I was up with a group of a typical messy and lazy boys and equally lazy co-counselor. And I'm sure none of them did it. Wow, way to fucking praise your coworkers, bro.
Yeah, no shit.
No wonder they left you.
Yeah. Dick.
Nonetheless, somehow in absolute pitch darkness, I mean hands out in front of your face. Whoa. Hands out in front of your face, shuffling your feet rather than lifting them. The very first thing I found was a pile of life jackets. Counting the life jackets as I picked them up, I found every last one and turned around and went back to my boat a minute later. This still amazes me. We paddled back across the lake at night and made it to the main camp. Everyone made fun of us, although no one had an explanation. They said we were lying and wouldn't let it go. Fuck! I can't blame them. It was terrifying because we were all at the beginning of summer camp. of a summer in which everyone would repeatedly be going out into the woods.
Right.
I went on to become full instructor and trip guide, and I've done trips since only others can dream of. Wow. But I've never experienced anything like that before. Since I've experienced everything out there except a squatch. I've asked every old salt, park ranger, and Aboriginal Canadian I've met about the experience. The only people who aren't completely stumped by it are the Aboriginals, First Nation Canadians. The answer is simply, that was angry spirit. You're lucky you were respectful to it.
Oh, whoa.
The last detail to add is that we went back the next day to retrieve the rest of the gear that we had left behind. We found no evidence of fallen trees. We didn't really want to linger there, as you might imagine, but I was so pissed and wanted an explanation, so I made everyone wait while I walked into the woods in the daylight. There was not one tree down, absolutely nothing to indicate that a single tree had fallen. The night before was several hundred yards, within several hundred yards of us. True story. That Finn in a Finnish.
Finn.
Interesting.
Wow, that was pretty good.
The question is if that's true.
Well,
I mean,
is that the question, or do you just want to be scared?
I do like to be scared, but it's a little bit better when I think they're true. I think there's something to it.
Yeah, it was a little too detailed and a little bit too... Something about it just made it seem a little bit more believable that he truly was scared. That I think it could be real. I don't know if every single detail is real, but I'd go with, at least 80% of the story probably happened.
Yeah, something happened that made this story a thing.
Yep.
Because,
agreed.
it's like if you're going to try and make up a story, this isn't what I would make up.
Exactly. Truth is stranger than fiction, my friend.
Yeah, yes.
That's pretty good. I like it.
Thank you, Ash.
Ash.
You're welcome, Max.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so it's 56 minutes. I don't know if you wanted to try and do some free talk here. Turn that music.
Sure.
All right. What do you want to free talk about? You said you had a list. You said you had.
Well, okay. I was going through this list, and I really only care about one thing on it.
Okay.
It's a list of movies coming out this year that I'm interested in. Flatliners, the remake. So I have never actually seen Flatliners. Have you? The original with Kevin Bacon and all that stuff?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, from what I've seen and the little I've read about it, whoever's listening, go ahead and just type some stuff if I'm incorrect. But these kids, from what I remember anyway, 'cause I'm pretty sure that I've actually seen it when I was a child, But from what I remember, there's a group of maybe 7 folks who learn how to basically die and come back. And when they come back, they're like badasses. They have extra skills and stuff. But then creepy things start happening to them. It's almost like they're entering another realm. So anyway, they're remaking it with the chick who had the baby in Juno.
Oh.
But since you don't really know anything about it, I don't really know if I want to talk about it because I don't know a whole lot about it. Oh yeah, look. Here's what it says. Medical students experiment on near-death. Okay, wow. Let's just make this the worst fucking sentence ever. Medical students experiment on near-death experiences that involve past tragedies until the dark consequences begin to jeopardize their lives.
Of course.
Yeah, but the original has Kevin Bacon, so it can't be that bad, right?
I've rather watched Kevin Bacon, the girl who had the Juno kid.
Say that again?
I'd rather watch Kevin Bacon than the girl that had the Juno kid.
Well, why you gotta be all creepy about it?
What's the fucking movie where Quentin Tarantino talks?
That's a couple of those.
Well, and he's like, it's like really like.
Oh, do you remember when I used to tell you about my love for him and From Dusk Till Dawn?
Dusk Till Dawn. That was it.
Where he's on the couch and he's they got the hostage and he's all sitting on the bed and he's like, you wanna come and sit over here on the bed with me?
And the S's are so come and sit.
And I used to tell you that I was in love with him for that. And that's probably where my problem started. But something about that, he's just, I don't know, so sensual. You wanna come sit over here on the bed with me? Watch some TV?
Come on.
Hey, ladies.
So gross.
Dude, have you... Oh, shit. I got something I want to talk about. Have you been to Redbox recently?
No. You know what? I've never been to Redbox.
Okay, well, here's something you got to do for me, or at least illegally download it or buy it. I don't give a shit how you get it, but watch this. It's called What We Do in the Shadows. Oh, it's amazing. Basically, it's a comedy. It's a New Zealand comedy, and oh shit, it's a fake documentary on the lives of these vampires that live together as roommates, and they're all from eras, and they're all of like all ages. Like they have a dude who's supposed to be representative of Nosferatu, and like they invite him up to like the house meeting, and the one character, he's like maybe like an 18th century vampire. He's like, Peter's not coming to the meeting. He's 9,000 years old. It is the best fucking movie I've ever seen. It is so good. It's just how they live their day-to-day life. It's amazing. It's so fucking good. You need to watch it, Max. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, it sounds not bad. It sounds.
It's what's his name's in it? That dude from the Seagulls. Something okay, give me a second. I can do this. What the fuck? Jermaine Clement.
There we go.
He's so funny. I think you'll dig it. So do that for me, Max. Next time.
Yeah. Okay. I'll what we do in the shadows. Okay.
Horror, comedy, horror. Really good.
Got it.
So good.
Okay.
I get a lot of my daily quotes from that movie. Vampires don't do dishes. It's so good. Oh God.
Oh.
What else do I got? Well.
Math.
What? They're coming out with a new Saw movie.
Oh man. I only saw the first Saw.
What?
I only saw the first one. I only saw the first Saw.
Just watch the first one. That's all you need. The rest are stupid.
Yeah. I remember. I actually saw it not long ago because it was like nothing that ever appealed to me. And I was like, oh, Danny Glover? Weird.
Yeah.
And that was kind of my thought through the whole movie was Danny Glover? Weird.
Weird. Why is this a thing? Oh, shit. There's a talk of remaking Children of the Corn.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that, but still all to be determined. You have no idea when the fuck these people are actually going to have the money to do what they say they want to do. So.
Yeah.
But that could be good. I would definitely see that. They're supposed to be remaking Friday the 13th, but, you know, that's also TBD. I'm just waiting for the day that Robert Englund's like, fuck it, put me in my mask again, bitch. Let's do this shit.
Right. Yeah. What's up?
But, you know.
I had a thought, and then it left me. Fuck.
That's
usually how it goes. I remember my thought. Sorry.
What you got?
Okay, you talked about Saw, and then I remember Danny Glover, weird. And then I remembered Shawnee Smith is in Saw.
Who?
The chick.
Which one? The brunette that survives?
Yes. And the one, I know in later movies, she ends up like becoming like a sympathizer.
Becoming the Jigsaw chick.
She was in the Blob remake. In the 80s.
Dude, there's a Blob remake?
Yeah, in the 80s. They came out with a Blob remake.
How old was she in that movie?
She must have been like 17 or 18. Like she was a teen. Yeah, and it's good.
Looking it up.
It's very good.
Is it really?
It's
I always enjoyed the original one. That's just a cult classic.
Yeah. That was like one of the first VHSs I had was like the Steve McQueen one. It was great.
Yeah.
It freaked me out like dun 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 dun
yeah.
dun.
Eating people and shit.
Yeah. The music. Boo. Like it's very ingrained in my mind. But yeah, dude, there's a Blob remake. I'm surprised you don't know about this, and it's good. Like it's very Spielberg. It's very Close Encounters, like men in white suit conspiracy shit. But it also has the small town shit. Yes.
Good. Okay, I'll check that out. I just recently watched that one. Oh shoot, everything's leaving me. My Dr. Pepper's not kicking in anymore. But you used to always talk to me about it. It's shit. Dude, you're not going to even be able to remember it because I'm not going to be able to give you enough details. It's about like 7 kids that go to this one town. Everyone disappears.
Oh,
what's his nuts is in it that we always make fun of. You know what I'm talking about. I know you can feel it.
I can feel it. Keep going.
Oh, crap. Oh, God, I can't. The phone keeps ringing in this one place and they hear weird shit on the other end.
Oh, fuck. What is it?
Something. What's his nuts is in it too? I can't think of it. What's happening?
Is it Richard Gere?
No.
Okay. What the fuck is it? It's bugging the shit
The
out of
young
me.
folks. Okay, let me see. Young kids, town, people disappear. This is going to turn out to be something really weird on the internet. Movie. Okay. No, not Phantom Town, but it's something like that.
And I used to talk to you about it?
Yeah. At least I thought so. It was on Netflix for a little while.
Oh my god.
Dude, does anyone know?
Bugging the shit out of me.
Yeah, and Asian Persuasion, that trailer I think is a fan-made thing, by the way. It's gone, dude. I don't know. Never gonna be able to find out. We'll figure it out eventually.
Oh my god. Is it old or recent? I don't know.
It's older. I'm pretty sure it's from the 90s or the 80s. I want to say it's like Phantoms or something.
Somebody just typed that in. Phantoms.
Oh, creepy. Creepy. Is that it? I don't know. Let me see. Phantoms.
Phantoms.
Oh my god. I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Wow, I feel like a goofball now. But yeah, I watched that kind of recently. Yeah, what's his nuts is in it? The one that we always make fun of. The new Batman.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Speaking of Ben Affleck, do you remember a kid? Do you remember a kid named Tyler Cole?
Yep. The one who's married now.
Oh, he's married now? Weird.
Uh-huh.
Who do you marry?
Some chick. I don't know who she is.
Huh. Anyway, Tyler Cole had a fucking summer birthday. Fucker. And not like...
Ditto.
Well, no, like you were late enough in summer where it's like, you might as well just be school time birthday.
It is school time birthday. It always landed on the first day of school.
Mm-hmm. But like, I always had a dislike for children that had a birthday right in the middle of fucking summer, because that meant like, oh, I fucking have to give up one of my summer days. Fuck you. Like I was,
right. This is not. You're not worthy.
I was very protective and very picky about my summer because I love summer. And Tyler Cole had a summer birthday. It was like late July, I think.
Dick.
Yeah, right where it shouldn't be. And we ended up going over there, and I went to a few of his fucking birthday parties. And this was one when I was younger. I was probably 11, 12. The first Daredevil movie had come out with Ben Affleck. That's what brings this around. And that's a movie that I don't like. I don't know if you like it, but I don't like it at all.
I've never seen it.
Okay, it's kind of shitty. It's very shitty. And
what's it called again?
Daredevil. It's a superhero movie. And
after... Wait a minute. I remember my ex-boyfriend talking about this movie and loved it. So that's how I should have known something was wrong. Yeah.
and we get done with all the party shit. Like, and it's in the middle of summer, so I'm already pissy that I have to give up actually 2 days, because this was a sleepover fucking birthday thing.
Lord.
Yeah, fucking gouged my heart out and eat it myself. So they're like, okay, cake and birthday shit is done, presents are done. What do we do now? And Tyler's mom is like, I rented some movies, and I'm like, what? Okay, maybe this could be salvaged. And she's like, I got Daredevil. I'm like, oh, okay. And they put in Daredevil, and it's just like an hour and 40 minutes of torture.
Oh man,
it's like, and forever I will be. That movie will just be the worst to me.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. And then I believe they put on like Jimmy Neutron or Fairly Odd Parents or something, and just like put salt on the wound.
Tyler he's a good kid, but he's weird.
Yes, I had no problem with him. It was the entertainment for the night.
Yeah.
And when his birthday was, like, fuck you for that.
Yeah, dick.
I actually think he might be subbed to this channel, so if he's listening, well, you know.
Love you, Tyler. I follow you guys in your little marriage on Facebook. It's really cute. So.
Oh man, I had no idea.
Yeah, man, it's really kind of cute though. Really cute.
I'm gonna look. Hang on.
Her name is Shelby. They're sweet. They probably watch Daredevil together.
They can get through that. They can get through anything.
They can get through anything. Better for worse.
Oh yeah, look at that. Tyler Cole. Oh shit, I had no idea.
Yeah. Let's see when his birthday was. That way we could talk more about it. Let's see, like, someone posted on his page for his birthday.
August 4th. August 4th. Yeah, yep. That's it. And I remember, like, they would do it, like, on the weekend because his parents worked. So it was probably a little bit before. And I remember, I think there was one year his birthday fell right in the middle of Shark Week.
Oh, hell no!
Yeah, and it was summer, and it was Shark Week, and it was that. I was like, fuck my life!
Yeah. Mom, I'm not going to his birthday party. Save your money. We're not getting him a gift.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know him this year, okay?
Yeah. I'm sick.
I'm sick. Fuck off. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so yeah, that's my Daredevil experience. That's why I don't like that movie.
Well, I won't be watching it.
There you go. What else? I mean, we're at an hour and 10 minutes. Do we...
Let's cut it.
Are we done? Okay.
I'm done. I need a pee.
Alright guys, so this has been the Nightwatch with Monica and Max, your weekly horror webcast, and
horror.
And
we're gonna do it every Thursday. Woo!
Every Thursday. Ash is like, end it.
Yeah.
Fucking end it. Do it, pussies. End it.
Whatever, Ash. Yeah, why do you always Snapchat me weird things, Ash? If we're gonna get real, let's do it. Put you on blast. Sorry. All right.
Okay,
this has
guys.
been Nightwatch.
Yes, we'll see you next Thursday, same-ish time.
Bye.